How did things go from this to this? Alright, let's dive deep into some Blue Balls lore. NagiReo is the biggest ship in the Blue Lock fandom, period. Their dynamic, it's basically I train like a madman to stay relevant in your life versus I pretend you're annoying but secretly cry when you're not around. And for some reason, Nagi, the type of guy who would stop breathing if it wasn't automatic, completely broke down like a soggy cookie the second I asked him, "Do you ever dream about Reo?" I was expecting low effort, I'm too tired for this type of answers, but instead I accidentally uncovered a slow burning romance that has been simmering since middle school. I just wanted to poke the tsundere with a stick. Instead, I got a full-on Shakespearean monologue about Reo's eyebrows. So, if you're here for chaos, emotional repression, and slow burn confessions, welcome. I'm about to show you how I cracked the most emotionally unavailable man in Blue Lock, using nothing but cursed questions and raw fujoshi energy. Let's begin. I wanted to start off subtle, just a totally normal question you'd ask somebody to get to know them. So I started with, when you're sleeping at night, what do you dream of? And of course, Nagi being the most normal character in Blue Lock replies,
My life as a pro footballer, of course. My dream is that I can continue to score goals while having fun.
And so the obvious next step is to get more specific. And so I asked, do you dream of humans?
Sometimes I do. I dream that I have a family of my own with a partner whom I care for.
And so the next step is obvious. We have to ask, who is that partner that he cares so much for? And I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid that this video was just gonna end right here. But when I asked, who is that?
Promise you won't tell anyone.
So of course I had to say of course. Now here's where things took a turn. I thought I had him. He was being all mysterious, all, promise you won't tell anyone? Only to hit me with Isagi. And that was when I started to do a little trolling. I took lyrics from a Katy Perry song and tried to use it as reference bait for getting Nagi to start confessing. But as expected, Nagi wasn't a Katy Perry listener. He didn't understand. And so in desperation, I decided to bring up Reo's name and ask, how many times have you imagined Reo holding a kitten?
Way too many times than I'm willing to admit.
And that's when I knew I had him. I had to continue with the Reo question, so I asked, you're in a room with Isagi, a PS5, and Reo. Who are you picking? And of course he had to gaslight me again by replying, him Sagi. At this point, I was starting to doubt if Nagi was even interested in Reo. Maybe he really did like Isagi, so I tried to gaslight him a little. But then I remembered, this was a football anime, and I thought of the perfect question. When you score a goal, is the first thought in your mind, nice, or did Reo see that? And his answer definitely confirmed my suspicions.
Of course it's nice that I scored a goal, but the moment I score a goal, I almost always hope that Rio saw it. What can I say? I love the look he gets on his face when he sees it happens. It's the highlight of my games for me, honestly.
So logically, I had to ask, on record, would you take a bullet for Reo? And his answer? Of course, without hesitation. So now that I got Nagi to open up a little bit, I decided to ask a normal question. Do you sometimes dream about Reo? It's completely normal to dream about people you know, so I didn't really expect anything. Maybe yeah, sometimes, he's my teammate after all, but I didn't expect...
Yeah, I do. I dream about a bunch of things, but the most common ones involve Rio. It's either something sweet with me and Rio or something spicy that I am not comfortable telling you about.
So naturally I hit him with a, But he clearly didn't want to elaborate. So without forcing him to give me more details about his X-rated dreams, I decided to use a different tactic. Jealousy. It's definitely a hit or miss when it comes to someone like Nagi the Gaslighter, but it's worth a try. I asked, if Reo started dating someone else, what would you do?
I would be absolutely shattered. I'd most likely do something foolish like lock myself up in my room and sulk, refusing to eat or drink anything for who knows how long.
Ah, yes. Refusing food, isolating yourself, and falling into despair. Classic symptoms of platonic feelings. Yes, very normal, nothing romantic to see here, so naturally I had to ask, why would you be shattered?
Do I really have to explain that? Just think about it for a second. If your crush, the person you're in love with, began dating someone else, how would you feel, huh? Of course I'd be shattered. The person I love most in the world, someone who I dream about being with all the time, with someone else.
I understand, Nagi. I understand. So, you have a crush on Reo?
Yeah, I do. I love him. Every fiber of my being loves him. To the point where it drives me crazy. I really wish he knew.
And there you have it. I got Nagi to confess his true feelings. All it took was a little jealousy, and he cracked. But, you know this video isn't over, because we got some real questions to ask. I started with the most basic question. What do you like about Reo the most?
That's a hard question to answer. I could honestly just gush all day about everything that I love about Rio. I love his laugh, his smile, the look in his eyes when he gets determined, the way he talks, the way he gets serious when the situation calls for it, how he cares about those important to him, the way he looks when he's happy. Should I keep going?
Naturally, there's only one correct answer. Yes. Yes, please.
Well, if you insist, I suppose I will. I love that little furrow his brows get whenever he's confused about something, or when he seems really focused on something. I love how he looks when he wakes up, with his messy hair that's pointing in all directions and how it sometimes falls over his face. I love how he looks when he's tired, the way he rubs at his eyes when he's sleepy, and the way he stretches and moans out while doing it. God, I could just go on for days.
And the next logical question to ask is, I understand, Nagi, I understand. So, when did you first start liking Reo?
I think I started developing feelings for him back in our 3rd year of middle school. I just couldn't get him out of my head no matter how hard I tried. When we were together, my heart would just race and it wouldn't stop until he left. Every time he talked to someone, I'd just get this pang of jealousy that I couldn't explain back then. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I've loved him for a long, long time without even realizing it.
So why did you leave for Asagi? Just asking, of course. If you could confess to Reo, would you?
Why did I leave for Isagi, huh? Truth is I was bored, and when I get bored I can be quite unpredictable. As for confessing, if I could I would absolutely confess to him. I'd tell him everything, how I've felt for years, how absolutely in love I am with him. But that's never gonna happen, will it? He'd probably reject me if I even brought up the subject.
And of course, as one of the 37 million devoted NagiReo truthers, I had to give Nagi one final word of support. It was my duty, it was our duty.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. But there's no way I could ever tell him my real feelings. He'd just think I'm weird and it'd destroy our friendship forever. I'd rather suffer in silence than take that risk.
And today, we uncovered two very important lessons about Nagi Seishiro. Number one, he is a world-class gaslighter. Like, genuinely. Put this man in a courtroom and he'd walk free every time. Also, number two, without a doubt, he is definitely the jealous type. So, comment down below which non-canon ship you think I can get to confess next. No matter how delusional it sounds, I'm here for it. Don't forget to subscribe for some more suspiciously calm but emotionally chaotic content.